Hey, this is Jen Pacici. My latest obsession is learning to properly paint watercolor clouds. So I found a reference photo and I sketched out the landscape below and then the cloud. And then I brushed clean water over the area where the whole sky was down to the bottom part there. And then I added in a mixture of cerulean blue and ultramarine blue. And this is wet on wet, so I knew the edges would not be crisp. I wanted them to be kind of wispy. And so far, so good. So far, so good. All right, it dried a tiny, it didn't dry. I just changed it. I am using a tissue here. So some videos online say don't do this. Other videos say you should. I'm experimenting. It was still pretty wet here. I was using a gray brown kind of thing that I had mixed myself, and I put in some shadows on the cloud based on the reference photo. And I went back and forth. Sometimes I would tap out some color if I thought there was too much, and then I would add more color back in. I was just sort of basing it on what I saw. And I will, spoiler alert, I mostly like how this came out, and I definitely feel good about where I'm heading. It's not perfect, but I mean, that looks pretty cool, right? So I wanted to add more definition. Like the reference photo had sky underneath the cloud, and I kind of messed that up. Then I went back in and added more of that same color I'd already mixed. And in this one area, I thought the edges should be more defined. So I went ahead and drew or painted more of a clear line between the clouds and the sky, and filled it down into the bottom and kind of wisped it out there. And then added in some more dark shadow colors. It's not a question. I did do that. Boop, ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doop. And I feathered that out a little bit with some wet water, some clean water. Then again, I was trying to differentiate the bottom of the cloud from the sky. I wish that area on the left had been a little bit taller like it was in the reference photo. And here I am, once it's dry, doing that one more time, just trying to make a clear bottom to the cloud, because in the photo that I was looking at, there was sky below the cloud. So I thought if I added more of a distinct shadow along the bottom, so that was I believe some Payne's gray. And then of course I wanted to sort of spread that out with some clean water, and I did add some more shadows here. So this took quite a few different layers to get that effect. And here I am adding in a little bit of that foreground, just some hills. It was a mixture of various browns and yellows and greens. I can't tell you what I did. And then adding just some more color, filling in that back there, making like the indication of maybe some low like brush or something. And then I don't know, nothing's happening. This seems like an error. Why didn't I cut this part out? Why do I keep talking? Wow, there's really nothing happening at all here. Oh, okay. Now I am adding a much clearer, again, line. Still trying to make clear that bottom of the cloud, which I guess I just didn't do a good job of that in the beginning when I did my sketch with adding my blue. And this time I think I was successful. I'd actually removed a little bit of the color below the cloud, and then once I darkened up the foreground as well, I think now you can tell the cloud is sitting in the sky. There's sky above it, there's sky below it, and all is well. So I feel pretty good about the left side of the cloud. Bothers me a little bit, but overall, considering I just started obsessing about these recently, I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job. And I feel proud of how far I've come. And if you have listened to me talking about resisting, like trying hard because maybe I'm scared, this is me putting in the work. This is me putting in the work, practicing, watching videos. I've been painting in watercolors for years, but I haven't necessarily tried to do sort of, if you will, more realistic looking watercolors. And this was just a tiny little painting, and here it is. I did cut it down, and I might put it in a little frame, but I don't know. We'll see. And boop, there it is.